Here, not a licensed physician, not giving medical advice. It's purely educational and for entertainment. Bulking and cutting. What should you do? Should you do either of them? Um, well, if you're obese, you should cut. If you're grossly underweight, you should bulk. But besides that, if you are lean, reasonably lean, you don't really need to do either of them until you get to a point where you're plateauing. You've already developed a lot of muscle mass. Um, you're at a plateau. You're struggling to make progress. Then it can make sense to bulk or take a break. People overlook that. I didn't think to talk about this in the video, but yeah, if you're going to the gym routinely 3 days a week, 4 days a week, 5 days a week, whatever it is, and you hit a plateau, take a break for a little while. Let the body rest, recover. Remember, you don't make progress if you're not properly recovered before you try to do it again. You need to break yourself down and build yourself up. And perhaps you're in a little bit of a deficit, or your body's just tired. And yeah, you need a break. So try taking a break, then try bulking. But you don't need to get really fat. That's not to say you should be afraid of getting fat. It's funny and also not a good thing that people are so afraid of getting body fat. You look at the young kids nowadays, or the young guys, or whatever you want to call them. They want to stay lean all the time. They want to see their abs every day of the year. You don't need, you probably should be able to see your abs to some degree every day of the year. But you don't need to be shredded every day of the year. That's, first of all, not healthy unless you're really young and you got a super high metabolism, and that's just how you naturally are. But if you're putting effort into staying shredded year-round, it's probably not healthy. You can get all the vitamins and stuff you need by supplementing with a ton of vitamins, but your body, it has been shown to improve lifespan, but does it improve health span? Probably not. If you are starving yourself year-round to stay shredded year-round, it's most likely not healthy. I forget what I was talking about before I get into the shredded topic. Yeah, do you need to bulk? Bulking is a tool. Oh yeah, do you need to be afraid to put on body fat? No, don't be afraid about gaining some body fat. You can lose it. It's not hard. Losing body fat is a very simple process. You eat less and you exercise more. It's not complicated. It's not impossible. And for all the people out there who say some people just can't lose weight, guess what? You put 100 people in Auschwitz and you don't feed them much, they're all going to lose weight. Wouldn't that be a miraculous genetic anomaly if you could just never starve to death? You could save so much money. You could be like some sort of super special forces guy, because you can go hide out in the jungle forever. You don't even have to learn how to get bugs and animals and plants and stuff. You just forget about eating because you can't die of starvation. But guess what? Everybody can die of starvation, so don't worry. You can lose weight. Your brother can lose weight. Your neighbor can lose weight. I can lose weight. We can all lose weight. It's a fact. Bulking, ideally, you don't put on a lot of body fat. But should you worry about it? No. So ideally, you give your body what it needs. Not too much extra. Give it enough protein. How much protein? Well, a lot of protein. You could probably come up with some weird statistics that are going to say, oh, you only need 150 grams of protein per day for muscle mass. It's nonsense. Now, you're going to have some genetic freaks out there who their body has very low protein requirements, and yes, that is a fact. Different people have different protein requirements. Even if you had two people, same height, same weight, same muscle mass, same everything, they have different metabolisms. They're going to use different amounts of amino acids. Also, if you're on certain medications like anabolic steroids, they change your metabolism and you can get by with less amino acids. You want to give your body what it needs, and if you're trying to put on extra muscle, especially if you're at a plateau or just not making the progress you want to make, try bumping up the protein. People go, oh, how many grams should I eat? Forget the gram stuff. Forget your little protein bars. Buy a steak eat the steak. Buy 5 chicken breasts, eat 5 chicken breasts. Buy a big piece of fish, eat the big piece of fish. And just so you know, this is all in one day. I'm not talking about, oh, that's one day, no. You start your day off maybe with a big thing of eggs. Then that's your snack for breakfast. Then you have a big steak. Then you have a whatever. Then for dinner, you have 5 or 6 chicken. I don't know what they're called in English. I'm not a chicken expert, and I don't live in an English-speaking country anymore. They're not chicken breasts, they're not chicken legs, they're not chicken wings. They must be the thighs. Yeah, I'm not a chicken anatomy expert, I'm not a chicken nomenclature expert. Maybe I have some of them. Now, I'm not saying you need to eat these, I'm just getting off. Yeah, you can't really see them through the package. You can eat chicken breasts, you can eat chicken thighs, you can eat chicken legs, it doesn't matter. Point is, you gotta get a lot of protein in you. And how are you gonna get the best, highest quality protein? By eating muscles. Whether it's a cow muscle, or a chicken muscle, or a fish muscle. You could technically even eat a human muscle. Not saying you should do that, but that would really be a one-for-one replacement. You want muscle? Eat muscle. As they say, life from life. You get the idea. That's how it works. You're not going to build very good muscles from eating some grass outside. You'll get these vegetarians that, better to be a vegetarian than a vegetarian, but you get these whack jobs that go, oh, you got to eat plants, meat's bad, it's bad for the environment, it's bad, whatever. Get out of the way. You probably didn't even need to push like that. You go like this, they fall over because they're pathetic. Even if you, now this is the topic of another video, but even if you mix all your different plants together, oh, I got my complete protein. I mixed some of the green grass with the blue grass with the yellow grass, and now I got my complete protein. Guess what? You can't absorb it because it's inside a cell wall, a plant cell wall. Guess what? Even if you grind it all up and everything, and you chemically extract it so now it's not inside the plant cell wall, you got the wrong ratio of amino acids, but I mixed the green grass with the blue grass, and this one has this amino acid, this one has this amino acids, that makes a complete protein. No, it doesn't. That makes a complete protein in a moronic sense. Technically, it's a complete protein. Technically, if you have one screw, one piece of wood, 10 blocks of concrete, I don't pick everything you need to build a house, but get the wrong amounts of them. You got everything, but you got all the wrong amounts. You can't build a house. It doesn't matter that you have everything you need. You don't have the right amounts of them. That's what happens when you mix your different plants together. You don't have the right amounts. The only way you're going to get enough protein and usable protein from plants is if the plants have been greatly modified. What I mean, I don't mean genetically modified. I mean processed, grinded, chemically extracted, isolate all the amino acids, then remix them together in the ratio for muscle tissue. But guess what? A cow, a filet mignon, a ribeye, a chicken breast, a filet of fish, they have the right ratio of amino acids because you're eating muscle. It has the perfect ratio for muscle. I don't want to get too off topic, but should you bulk if you're hitting a plateau and it's not, if you're already eating a ton of food, eating a ton of protein, then probably you don't need to eat a ton more protein. If you're getting a hernia because you're eating so much, probably don't need to eat more. But if you are the kind of guy who you're eating like your chicken breast with your rice 3 times a day, 5 times a day, got to do it 5 times a day. That's supposedly the best. But you have your chicken breast 5 times a day. Your 1 chicken breast with your rice 5 times a day. Guess what? Eat 2 chicken breasts 5 times a day. Eating 5 chicken breasts total per day is not very much protein if you want to build muscle. Yes, if you're just starting out, it's good. But once you get to a certain point, you really need to optimize all the variables. You got to optimize your protein intake. You got to optimize your training. You got to optimize your sleep. Video is a little off topic, but that's real life. You're not just gonna be all perfect with the topic, and you got good information. Should you cut? If you are fat, probably you should cut. Maybe you're wishing I could give some complicated answer, like if you're this percent body fat and you do this and you do that. It's like, no, if you're fat, probably you should cut. Now, if you're fat for fitness standards, doesn't really matter. But if you are obese, why would you bulk? Stupid. Cut down, then focus on bulking up your muscle mass. Cutting is for, they're both technically tools, bulking and cutting, because cutting, you're going to improve your insulin sensitivity and you're going to lower your body fat, you're going to increase your hunger, which will all allow you to bulk more effectively. You can't really bulk effectively if you're already bulked up, because you're going to not be very insulin sensitive, your hunger is going to be less, your body's just not going to be very responsive to all the food you put in it. So that's why you cut down, then you bulk up. Then you cut down, then you bulk up. Or if you're not trying to do the absolute top tier bodybuilding, you just stay somewhere in the middle ground and you eat healthy, you get enough protein, you exercise enough, you don't obsess over being shredded year round. Most people don't need to cut or bulk unless you're obese or underweight. Maybe you hadn't heard that before about the insulin sensitivity and the hunger, but those are good reasons why you should cut down before you bulk. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Check out my other videos. Check out my Instagram, AndreyHutch, AndreyHutch. You can hire me there for training, consultations, coaching, whatever. Same thing with diet, supplements, special supplements, harm reduction for the special supplements. Health information management. I can't give medical advice, but I can give medical information. If you need somebody to manage all of your medical information for your life, you can hire me. But it's not medical advice. It's not medical consultation. It's health management. You can message me about that on Instagram. I can tell you what is good blood work to do. Not what you should do, but what is good to do. And then I can tell you what that blood work means. Not what it means for you, but what it means in general. I can tell you what somebody should probably do based on that blood work. Not what you should do, of course, but what somebody should do based on that blood work. Because none of it is medical advice. It's just medical information.